Hello, everybody, and welcome to another session of Scuba Talk. I'm Scuba Dave. In this segment, we're going to be talking about the CPR class. Is it a class that's for you? We'll be right back. I get a lot of questions asking if the CPR class should be a required class for scuba diving. In my opinion, it should be, but a lot of people don't. We got to remember in scuba diving, the biggest element that we're dealing with is water, and a lot of things can go south on us if we're not on top of our game and we're not paying attention every time. It's not so much that we're worried, a heart attack or something like that. It does happen, especially in us older divers. But you also have other elements that can cause a heart attack or cause other problems. First off, the cold water, right? That you have to deal with leg cramps, muscle cramps. So that could become a big issue in a hurry. Hypothermia, right? That's another big issue. So if you don't take these classes and you're not in the medical field at all, you're not going to know how to handle the situation when it comes up. And that's where I think this class is a valuable class. Now, I know a lot of people go out and they go diving and they never have a problem. Hey, that's kudos. So far, that's the way it's gone for me, and kudos, right? We're paying attention. We're doing what we need to do. But you have to think of not just you. You could be perfectly fit and think, oh, everything's good. But just one day, you happen to go out and you do a dive, and all of a sudden you're going to get leg cramps, muscle cramps. Maybe the water's cold. Maybe you're diving in February. You've never dove in February. The water's a lot colder. And now all of a sudden you got problems. Now your dive buddy has got to help you. Okay? Say you can't shake off that leg cramp. You can't get rid of it. You try all the stretches that you learned in the open water class. Now you need help getting out of the water, either getting back on the boat or getting to shore. So say this was a night dive, all right? And now you're on a beach dive. It's just you and your buddy. I kind of hope my buddy took a CPR class or AED or first aid class, right? Because he'll know how to help me deal with a cramp. Hopefully you've packed a good first aid kit. Maybe you got those crush bags with the heat in them, right? So you can slap one of those on the muscle to help relax it when your buddy helps you get off or get out of the water. But these are all important things that we have to take into account every time we go do a dive. Okay? And if you don't, right, sooner or later you're going to run into trouble. And I hope that doesn't happen to you. So I strongly recommend the first aid CPR class. And then everybody always asks me, well, who should I go through? Well, I would go through your local dive shop. I would find out, what agency they teach under. Do they teach the EFR under PADI? Whatever dive shop you're going through, maybe you're not going through a PADI dive shop. Okay, do they teach DAN, Divers Alert Network? Okay, I choose to teach the Divers Alert Network program. To me, I think that program gets a little bit more in depth. Not that other programs don't, but the DAN program also teaches you about hazardous aquatic life. So when you're out diving, you know the difference between a cone shell and not a cone shell, right? Technically, I teach that, the aquatic life is there to take pictures and to view. I'm not one of these that I want to reach down and touch everything. I don't need to. I take a video camera or a still camera with me and take photos. So that's the best way. Now you got memories of a lifetime. But if you do, say you get a jellyfish sting or you're on a beach entry and you get stung, okay? Are you going to be able to know how to handle it? What do you do for those, right? So those are tips and things that the average person or the average diver is not going to know unless you take a first aid class and you haven't been in the medical field. So I strongly encourage, if you're going to be a scuba diver, check with your local dive shop. Get out there and find out what the aquatic life is, how to treat an injury for aquatic life. Those are the best tips I can give you. Those are to me, the basics. I wish they would include that class in an open water class, but they don't because of cost. We all keep it simple, right? And we do segments, right? And we do that for a simple fact of it becomes affordability. So, that one is, to me, a bigger class than the advanced class. The rescue class is right up there, but to graduate in PADI, to graduate from rescue class, you must be CPR certified, or first aid CPR AED certified. Okay, so now you've already had to take that class. Okay, you can take it before the rescue class, after the rescue class, but you must have it as far as PADI goes. I don't know what other agencies require. I'm not going to guess. I'm not going to pretend. But if you'll check with a lot of instructors, they'll tell you that class is a valuable class to have. I know several people that have talked to me recently about it have told me that they think it's just a way for us instructors to make extra money. Sure, we make a living, but it's doing you a service. It's providing you with tools that you possibly don't have, or knowledge that you possibly don't have. And so hopefully you'll take advantage of that. If you've already taken a CPR class and you're just out of certification, I encourage you to contact either the last company you went through, or your instructor, or your dive shop to see how they can get you recertified. But you can also, to stay in touch, especially with the CPR and first aid, right? Take a pillow. You can practice CPR on a pillow at your house if you don't have a mannequin. You can also practice bandaging your spouse, a friend, a loved one. Practice putting a bandage on them. Put a wrap on it, right? Practice that. Practice always makes better. If this segment helped you, provide you with any information, and you kind of like to follow us on YouTube, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. That'll let you know when newer videos come out. You'll be the first to view them. And so that's going to wrap it up for this week of Scuba Talk. I'm Scuba Dave, remembering, have fun, be safe, and keep diving.